Did you know that searching for a single piece of property data in Ellis County could actually send you on a wild goose chase across 3 entirely different states? Seriously, 3. Welcome to this explainer where we are going to completely demystify the process of finding free public property data and land records online. Whether you're an amateur genealogist looking to trace your family's roots, a real estate investor hunting for the next big market trend, or just a local historian trying to piece together the past, mastering this search process is an absolutely crucial skill. Let's dive in. So, about that geographic mystery I just mentioned, because of naming conventions here in the US, there isn't just one Ellis County. There are 3 distinct jurisdictions sharing the exact same name across 3 different states. This administrative overlap is literally one of the most common stumbling blocks for researchers. Before you type a single name or address into a database, you absolutely have to know whether your target property sits in the plains of Kansas, on the panhandle border of Oklahoma, or down in Texas. Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We'll quickly cover understanding property records, accessing the right database, conducting your online search, leveraging additional online tools, troubleshooting and expert tips, and finally, we'll wrap up with privacy and legal aspects. Section 1, Understanding Property Records. We are unlocking the foundational data of real estate here. Let's start by establishing exactly what these records are and why they're so incredibly vital to our understanding of real estate history and the local economy. The crucial takeaway here is that these documents serve as the ultimate legal reference for properties. They safeguard transparent ownership and taxation. Maintained by public officials like county clerks, appraisers, and tax assessors, this data includes everything you can think of, from historical deeds and mineral rights conveyances to modern GIS boundaries. Basically, they're the authoritative paper trail of the physical world. And this is exactly why accessing this data is so powerful. Say you're a genealogist, you can use these records to trace your ancestors. For example, land records in Ellis County, Oklahoma date all the way back to 1889. Or if you're an investor, you can verify property boundaries, review tax assessment values to figure out your overhead, identify active liens before you buy, or even analyze local rents. It's really a treasure trove of actionable intelligence. Section 2, Accessing the Right Database. Now we're navigating the 3 different Ellis counties. With our foundation set, we have to make sure we're knocking on the correct digital door for the specific state you're researching. This is your master key for navigating that overlap we talked about, clearly distinguishing the official portals for Texas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. If you're looking in Texas, your county seat is Waxahachie, and your primary portal is the Ellis Central Appraisal District, or ECAD, over at lscad.org. If you're in Kansas, your seat is Hays, and you'll want to use the Kansas ORCA system or the county's real property portal. And if your search brings you to Oklahoma, the county seat is Arnett, and you'll be relying heavily on okcountyrecords.com. But here's the thing, even within the right state, you have to choose your portal based on your specific mission. Are you looking for the current market value and ad valorem taxes? Then you need the county appraiser or appraisal district website. But if you're doing historical research, maybe looking for a deed from 1938 or checking for a mechanic's lien, you need the county clerk or register of deeds portal, since they're the official custodians of chain of title documents. Section 3, Conducting your online search. Let's talk about executing a flawless data query. We're moving to the execution phase now to see how this builds into a successful online search using those public portals we just identified. By following these simple steps, you can confidently query these massive databases. Step 1, you select your portal. Let's say you choose the Ellis Central Appraisal District in Texas. Step 2, you enter your criteria. You can usually search by the owner's legal name, the physical site address, or a specific parcel or geographic ID. Then, step 3 is interpreting the results, actually reviewing the structural dimensions, historical values, or exemption statuses that pop up in the report. Just to highlight what kind of data you might actually uncover, look at how dramatically the real estate landscapes differ between the Kansas and Oklahoma jurisdictions based on their assessment data. In Ellis County, Kansas, the median home value sits around $164,600, but jump just one state over to Ellis County, Oklahoma, and that median drops to about $102,800. The data paints an incredibly vivid picture of local economic conditions. Section 4, Leveraging additional online tools. Let's expand that investigative toolkit. Once you've mastered the basic database search using county resources, you can start using advanced third-party tools to visualize the data in entirely new, dynamic ways. While official county GIS viewers give you excellent, authoritative flat maps, third-party apps can actually overlay those property lines onto your phone's camera for a real-world perspective. For instance, an application like Parcel Vision lets you search an address and, using your phone's GPS, it visually projects the parcel boundaries right onto the physical landscape around you. It literally transforms a flat paper map into a real-time, on-the-ground visual reference. It is a total game changer. These enhanced tools let you take your research to the absolute next level. Up in Kansas, the Orca portal offers multi-temporal aerial photography dating back to 2014, so you can track physical structural changes over time. If you're a Pro member on platforms like TextNet USA in Texas, you get interactive GIS maps with custom drawing tools to select and download specific lists of parcels. Meanwhile, platforms like Property Checker or Data Crosspoint let you seamlessly cross-reference investment properties across all the counties in an entire state. Section 5, Troubleshooting and Expert Tips. Even the best investigators hit roadblocks, you know? Search engines for public databases can be notoriously finicky, so let's proactively solve some of the most common search errors you're going to encounter. Okay, if your query comes up empty, try stripping away words like avenue or drive from the address field. Many older databases only recognize the core street name. Actually, you should always format owner queries strictly as last name, then first name. Double-check you're in the correct state's registry, of course. And finally, keep in mind that not everything is digitized. Certain historical deeds managed by the Register of Deeds in Hays, Kansas, for example, might still require you to send an email request or even make a physical visit to the courthouse to access them. Section 6. Privacy and Legal Aspects. It is absolutely imperative to understand the legal scope and boundaries of the public data you're accessing. Just because it's official county data doesn't mean it's the absolute final word in a legal dispute. For example, the assessed tax value you find on an appraisal district's website might actually be significantly lower than the true market value of the home. This happens a lot due to property tax exemptions, like a homestead or senior exemption, that cap the assessed value. Furthermore, a digital property line found on a GIS map or an augmented reality app is just a visual aid. It can never, ever legally replace an official stamped land survey conducted by a licensed professional. Because digital interfaces, county regulations, and tax laws update frequently, you must always rely on a professional for binding real estate, legal, or financial decisions. The county clerk's office makes every effort to produce accurate information, but they also issue disclaimers that they aren't liable for errors in the data. Always use these online records as your starting point, not your final legal counsel. Well, armed with these tools, techniques, and a clear understanding of the 3 different jurisdictions, you're now completely ready to conduct your own expert-level property research. You know exactly where to look, what to look for, and how to avoid the most common pitfalls. So the only question left for you is, what fascinating piece of the past or highly profitable piece of the future will you discover first in Ellis County?